I know that much of your annual letter is focused this year on the campaign to eradicate polio, a disease that struck fewer than 1,500 people last year. And yet you mentioned there are 33 million people living with AIDS, and that in 2009, more than 780,000 people died from malaria. So I'm curious why the focus on polio this year? What captured your imagination when it comes to this particular disease?
We spend the majority of our money on health issues, but polio rises to the top because we have a unique opportunity over the next several years to eradicate the disease. Only smallpox was ever eradicated, so this would be the second. And if you don't intensify, if you don't raise the money and get it down to zero, it'll come back, and that means it'll be crippling and killing over 100,000 kids a year. So the value of making sure you've got the budget and the intensity to get rid of it, it pays off unbelievably because no child will ever be crippled again.
Do you think a lot of people will be surprised to hear that polio hasn't already been eradicated? Because certainly when most Americans think of this disease, they think of the 1950s and they think of the vaccine that I know I took when first grade when they gave you those little sugar cubes. And why hasn't it been completely eradicated worldwide?
Well, the rich countries have done a great job of eradication, and rich countries take care of themselves, that's fine. In 1988, when it was gone from the rich countries, it was still killing or paralyzing over 300,000. And that's when people said, this is such an injustice. Let's raise the money and get rid of it. And now we're close. 99% of the cases are gone, but it's going to take making sure that there's more generosity, making sure there's that intensity, and then we'll get it. And that'll be a great thing for money saved, kids' lives improved, also to galvanize the whole global health enterprise.
I know that Abu Dhabi has pledged $17 million. Great Britain has pledged another $62 million towards the effort. What more will it take to get rid of polio once and for all? How much more money will be needed? And do you think the international community is going to show similar, acts of generosity?
Well, it hangs in the balance because the term aid is a vague term to people, and they don't connect the portion that is so critical, so effective. The campaign costs almost $1 billion a year. For the next 2 years, we have $700 million more that we've got to raise. So I'd be stunned if we let the financial piece be the reason that we let this disease get back out and spread around. But it's going to take articulating that everyone has to do their part.
Where are most cases of polio currently found?
There are 4 countries where we never stop transmission: Nigeria in Africa, India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. And what happens is that the virus gets out of those countries and reinfects places that were polio-free. This year in both Nigeria and India, we cut the cases by 80%. And so the big numbers are these escape cases where it got to Congo or Tajikistan. Looking at it, Pakistan's going to be one of the toughest, but now they've committed to a whole new plan. I'm actually pretty impressed with what's going on. This thing, I really believe in it. It can succeed. We need the resources.